I can tell you in the market there's no such thing that can reduce the oil from your skin. I don't recommend putting a cleanser because you wash and then for 10 seconds you already wash away.
Okay, so doctor, I have a question for you. Let's say, for example, today I do a treatment, a facial treatment, for example, like laser or normal treatment. So what kind of sunblock should I apply? Because there's a lot of different type of sunblock, right? And I know that some of the sunblock will cause acne problem, right?
Yes.
So is there any restriction on this?
Okay, so for acne prone skin, you also should apply sunblock. Alright, so basically the reason why you apply sunblock is you need to make sure there's no UV damage to the skin, number one. Number two, you don't want your acne mark that is red color become dark, black color later because of the UV light. So you have to choose some sunblock that is water based so that it won't clog your pores. I understand that there's a lot of sunblock outside, they are very oily. So basically this sun blockage thing, they are divided into two. One is they're called sunscreen and the one is sunblock. So normally sunscreen are more oily. Try not to use sunscreen because sunscreen they're using a chemical to absorb the UV and block the UV before entering the skin. Yeah. So for acne prone skin, I highly recommend sunblock. Normally there are two, titanium or zinc oxide. It's like a metal. So imagine I apply a layer of metal on your face and this metal, after you wash away, it will all go. You won't have too much of
residue on the skin.
Blockage problem. Yes, that's why you need to find water-based sunblock. You can find any form. You can buy spray form also can, liquid form also can.
As long as it is water-based.
As long as it's water-based.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay, doctor, so let's say for my skin, right, because I need to do heavy makeup every single day. So for example, after I do laser treatment or any facial treatment, right, can I straight away do heavy makeup?
Okay, just keep it simple. If you have wound on your skin, you're not recommended to put makeup. But if because of job issue that you need to have a makeup after certain treatment, you can still put, but make sure you have a proper cleaning after the event. For example, you mentioned laser. Actually, there are some laser that doesn't create any injury on the skin. So for example, like pico laser, after you do, actually there are no skin damage on top of the skin. Actually, you can apply the makeup right after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that whether your makeup can cover the redness or not, there's another story. Yeah, so normally we don't recommend, but if it's because of job wise, yeah, you can go ahead. You have to make sure you do a proper cleansing after that.
Okay, I have one more question. So can I squeeze my own acne at home? Or it will cause any scar on my skin or not? Because usually when I go for facial, right, they will say, don't squeeze it yourself at home, it will cause a lot of scar.
Okay.
Is it true?
Half, I would say. Okay, the actual idea is like this. If your acne is so severe and so big and the inflammation is so overwhelmed, you squeeze or not squeeze, you will have scars. Yeah. So those beauticians ask you to not squeeze is because, okay, if you use too much force on the acne and the surrounding tissue is already been damaged by the inflammation, this severe force will create more injury. So that's why we'll leave a scar. So normally I'll ask you, if you want to squeeze at home, yes, please use a very mild and gentle force. If the gentle force cannot force it out, then don't do it anymore. It's either you leave it to the professional, go and find your beauty therapist. They have a proper way to do it. Is for example like using a small needle opening. So they just use a very light force and the content inside that come out normally is pus. So that kind of proper way to do won't leave you any scars.
Okay. Because sometimes, right, when I'm washing my face at home, right, for example, after a whole day, when I go home, after I remove my makeup, when I'm washing my face, right, then sometimes you accidentally
squeeze out the thing.
Yeah.
So if that be just a gentle force like this, I don't think we'll leave any scars. Yeah, maybe we'll leave some marks.
Okay.
Yeah, the mark can be red color or maybe a little bit brown or dark color. That's for sure lah, after you have acne. But you talking about those standard scar, normally will form if the acne, like for example like cystic acne, or you leave the acne. Some people don't do anything about that, just let it heal itself. After 2 weeks only it heal, and that one definitely will leave a scars.
Okay, so about the exfoliation that you mentioned just now, right? How frequent should I do it if I do it at home myself?
So for oily skin, I recommend 1 week at least one time. If you think that your face is too oily, too much oil, you can do 2 times a week. No need daily, because exfoliation is to remove the dead skin. Your dead skin, one cycle is around 28 days faster. The most faster is 28 days. So you no need to exfoliate every single day. So my recommend is like 1 week once or twice.
So how does the scrub helps to absorb the oil or?
No, for the exfoliation part, why we do exfoliation is because the nature of the skin in oily skin type people, their dead skin layer tend to grow very fast. It's faster than the dry skin type people.
Okay.
So when this speed of growing the dead skin layer, sometimes they will cover up the oil gland opening. So if they cover up already, the oil cannot come out normally. That's where the oil gland start to clot and swelling down there. And that's also why some people say, oh, well, my skin outside is peeling because there's no more oil can come out from the oil gland. That's why the skin start to crack and dry out.
Okay,
yeah. So basically, if you have experience doing facial, now maybe this round you can pay attention to it. Normally after a good facial treatment, meaning the exfoliate and also remove all your blockage, the day itself or the next day, your face will be super oily. Because why? Because the oil can come out smoothly. And that's why you feel more oily after the facial treatment.
Okay.
Because that is the normal amount of oil that's supposed to secrete by your own self. So maybe this round you can pay attention after the facial treatment.
Okay. So means right, if after I make up, I still see a lot of oil on my face, means my face is not clogged. Is it?
Yeah, of course you have millions of oil glands on the face. It doesn't mean like every single one will be clogged. So part of it, there still can come out the oil.
Okay.
Yeah. So for ladies who like to have makeup like you, I'm sure there's always have one product they are putting inside your makeup product which they absorb the oil that you secrete out. So it will let your makeup product stay longer, but they don't reduce the oil secretion. I must remember this. So I can tell you in the market, there's no such thing that can reduce the oil from your skin, but they can absorb.
Okay.
Mean they absorb the oil that you secrete, they absorb and let you stay longer, that's all. But eventually the oil will still come out.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you really want to reduce the oil gland secretion, my recommendation, there's a few things. Number one, diet lah. Don't eat dairy products, low sugar and no fried food. And sleep early, at least 7 hours a day.
Okay.
And try your best to reduce your stress and also a proper skincare routine. And this one will help you on your oil gland secretion rates. And this is thing that you can do at home. For those serum that contain salicylic acid, I'm sure outside there's a lot of product. When they say acne-prone skin product, normally they will add in salicylic acid. So salicylic acid function is to remove the dead skin layer.
Okay.
So if you want to use, I recommend you to use in these two steps of your skincare routine is either a toner pad or a serum, which you can leave on. Alright. I don't recommend put in a cleanser because the cleanser got salicylic acid. You wash, and then for 10 seconds you already wash away. So the salicylic acid don't have time to work. So there's no leave-on salicylic acid on top of your face. So it's not working very well. So, but with the toner and the serum, it will work. So if you used to do these two, you can use it daily because the concentration of the salicylic acid inside those products that you can get outside the market normally is around 2%. So 2% considered is a mild one. If you use in the clinic one, some clinic use 20% or 10%, and that is considered chemical peel. So if it's high concentration, normally we do once a month.
Okay.
So for example, 20%, I only can use once a month. Yeah, but 2% is only 10 times lesser. So by right, daily should be, don't have any problems. I'm not sure about the oil control sunscreen, but I think what that means is, I think they have that particular, I forget what's the name already, there's this ingredient that can absorb the oil. So either they, after you put, they will absorb the oil that you secrete so that you won't feel oily, number one. Or maybe actually they are oil-free sunscreen, meaning when you put on it, you won't feel any greasiness or like oily. So that one we will say like non-comedogenic sunscreen, meaning they won't give you any comedons. Yeah.